Okay, welcome to this week's Motivational Monday. By the way, if you're new to the channel, check out the playlist because we do these Motivational Mondays, sure, but we also do a Q&A Thursday as well as a deal structure Sunday. And frankly, you don't want to miss them because they're all entirely different. I have a question for you with the timing of the new year upon us, and it doesn't matter if you see this a little bit later either. What would an outstanding 2023 December, end of the year 2023, what would that look like? An ideal situation if you could have an empty canvas and paint your picture. Here's what we do with our associates. We actually have them do business plans, and in the business plan, I'm just going to give you a quick outline because there's no wrong way to do a business plan, but I want to share this with you and you can go off and do this, and that is they go ahead and they write out what their ideal situation in 2023 is. Like, I mean present tense, it's December 31 of 23 and I feel great because, and I have this much money. And they go right through like it's the end result. And then many of them record those on their iPhone or other devices and listen to them every single day. I know Brian O'Neill, for example, and myself, on the way down to our home gym, we'll listen to that future statement. So we call that a future statement. Underneath that in the business plan would be the metrics by quarter or trimester that you know will support what you want to accomplish. And it's that predictable. But here's the deal, guys. It does start with you telling yourself the truth. What do I mean by that? Well, let's do it right now. Hopefully you can take action on this. Where are you currently? Right now in your life, where are you? Financially, business-wise, just paint a picture today. Where ideally do you want to go? So now we're back to December of 23, right? You could do this for a 5-year plan, but I'm just keeping it simple for this year. And then let's be super honest about what's blocking you. Something's blocking you, or you already be there, facetiously, right? And then who and what people, resources, tools can help you break through what's blocking you. I hate to water it down, but it's that simple. It's sort of like navigation in your car, though, because there are different routes. You plug it in and it says, do you want to take this route, the fastest route, the toll route, depending on where you're going. Here's the thing with you in our niche in creative real estate. We're so hands-on that depending on what you just painted for the truth and where you want to go in the blocks, etc., there's sort of different ways of getting you there. And we do always teach sort of the 3 pillars of success, and those are in our genius model, and those are mindset, skill set, and systems. So you might be someone that needs a whole bunch of mindset work because you came with some baggage. We all do. I did after the crash. Or you might be cool there and you just jumping right into skill set. I get that. So as long as you understand, we got to start with telling the truth first and then get you on a strategy call, and I'll give you a free link to do that later to help you work through this. But there's a few things in the process that I'd like to invite you to think about and act on. One is you've got to keep your eye on the prize at all times, and meaning the big picture, not just 12-23, like the next few years after that. That'll be a whole other video. Because here's the fact. There are very few companies in the entire United States that ever reach $1 million in revenue. Imagine that. The number is staggeringly low. I want to say it's under 10%, maybe as low as 3 or 4%, but it's low. It's under 10. And then you think about that statistically, like that's a fact. And you think about the fact that we have a 3 payday trademarked system that produces 45 grand to 250 grand per deal, all 3 paydays per student. Interesting. So then it becomes, how quickly can we get you to $1 million? And you'd be ahead of most of the business owners in the entire United States. And that's what we're doing with our associate community. We're helping them escape their job by doing exactly that. Think about that. How many of those 3 payday deals do you need? I don't know for you. I will when we get on a strategy call. Is it maybe 1, 2, or 3 a year? Some people say that. Is it no, because 12 to 24, I want this to be a cranking business that I can scale. I don't know. Whatever it is that will get you excited. So there's no wrong answer. It doesn't matter what your answer is. The fact is you tell us and we'll help you get there. We're not going to ever push you and you're never going to be waiting for us, okay? The second thing is please realize this, or remind yourself this constantly, because I have to. And that is you can't change overnight. You just can't. But you can change absolutely anything you want over time. This is a big mindset shift to understand, or to have confidence in yourself to do. Here's a reminder for you. I don't care how old you are, you fill in the blank, 42 years, 38, 52, whatever it is. It took you blank years to get here today. Took you blank years. So whatever you have in the bank, however you're feeling, however your daily schedule is, your health, everything, it took you that many years to get here. Yet everybody wants instant real estate success when they see our over 200 deal structure videos we post on YouTube for free. I invite you to watch. But they see that and they go, okay, then I got to get that and I need that tomorrow. And if they don't, they beat themselves up. In fact, everyone wants success, right? I'm talking about outside of real estate. Everyone wants success. But very few people, in my opinion, are willing to deal with the white elephant in the room or the white elephants in the room. And the biggest one, I'll tell you, is sacrifice. That's the white elephant. Yeah, I want that. Cool. It sounds great. It sounds warm and fuzzy. I can do all these cool things. But are you willing to make the sacrifice? You know, I didn't love my 12 to 16 hour days when I started the business, and still to this day sometimes when challenges come about. I don't love the 4 a.m. mornings before particular events or offsite meetings for the company because that's the best way I can prep. I don't love working out at 3, 4, or 5 in the morning so I can have enough energy to deliver to the company, to myself, to my family, what I need to do. I don't love that. Those are sacrifices. And the second big elephant that follows that, of course, is discipline. Now, understand this. If you've got the right support mechanism and people around you, and if you're doing the right things, in other words, what they say, if you're in our community, what your coach, or if you're working at a high level, what I tell you to do, if you're doing that, it's just time. It's a matter of time. Here's an analogy for you. I see this all the time, people stopping short. We know that water boils at 212. And my best analogy for you when I see people stopping short is they're stopping at 210. Guys, you've heard me say a million times, if you followed anything we do, put your blinders on for at least 36 months and head down, laser focus, and you'll have a good experience. And then really do some gut checks here as I wrap this thought up. How fast for you has the last 10 years gone? You can use 3, 5, whatever you want. I like 10. How fast has that gone for you? And here's the harder question. If you think that was a blink, I do. I think time's flying. If in 10 years you were in the exact same spot, would you be okay with that? I don't know the answer, only you do. But these are all great gut checks for the new year. And then I know some of you will think, well, geez, Chris, you mentioned a few of those things you do. That sounds hard. No, I'll tell you that it's not hard. Having discipline makes it easy. What's hard, honestly and openly, we're always blunt and to the point here, are the curveballs that you have to expect as a business owner. And I'm saying that because some of you guys think that only you're the only one with challenges. I hear this all the time. Well, I don't know about the money. I don't know about the schedule. I have kids and I'm trying. To which I say, yeah, everybody has that. You know, in 1994, when I got a call from an attorney and said your company's getting pushed into involuntary bankruptcy, that was a curveball. When I got a call that same year that said your controller, your financial person who you trust with your money, overdrafted your account 86 grand, that's a curveball. When I had a tow truck show up in my driveway in 2008 to take one of my vehicles because that was during the crash when I couldn't afford it, that's a curveball. I could go on and on and on and on with the curveballs. Don't beat yourself up with your curveballs in your past. Okay? We all did the best. You and I did the best with what we had, presumably up to this point, right? That's what we did. We did the best with what we had. We did the best we could. Well, on a High Six Mastermind recently, it was like a week ago or so, there's an attorney in our group, and he was beating himself up about 1 year not hitting his goals this past 1 year. That's all it was. And I said, hold on. And I'm not going to say his name here. But I said, how many years did you go to school for law? He said, well, it should have been 8, but I did it in 7 or something like that. I said, okay, I'm not going to say anything else. And he just laughed and did a gut check himself because what the heck? You've been with us 1 year and you're comparing that to your 7 years in law school. And you can relate that to anything else you're doing. You can relate to a teacher, a judge, insurance person. It doesn't matter. You all go through years. Yet you think real estate's going to be your instant success. It's not. It's going to dwarf anything you've ever done, however, if you give it the time. So just realize that's a fact, and also realize that we got you. We're sort of your parachute. You're not alone. I just gave you a tidbit of what I'm witnessing and what I think you can do to break through it. And I mentioned a strategy call, and I want to actually mention 2 things to you. As a simple call to action, this is what this is about. You have an opportunity to get on the phone with us for 15 to 30 minutes and literally strategize those opening questions I gave you. It's free. Just go to smartrealestatecoach.com/action. Secondly, there is no better place to be every year than our 2 live events. And we have one coming up called the Wicked Smart Summit. It'll be held in the ballroom here in Newport, Rhode Island, March 29, 30, and 31 if you have a VIP ticket, which you absolutely should. You're going to have an opportunity to do that for 50% off the main ticket price. Just go to smartrealestatecoach.com/50 off. 50 off. There is 0 reason for you not to be in that room. I promise you, as I always do, it'll be time very well spent. For more information on the events, just go to smartrealestatecoach.com/events. See you next week.